a hacer. Y una pila de gente lleva rato preguntándome que por qué yo no hago videos en inglés. Porque a veces me han visto hablar en determinados momentos y piensan que quizás no lo hablo tan mal. Y se los voy a explicar en inglés para que entiendan por qué no hago videos en inglés. Ojalá me puedan entender con mi inglés. I really can't make videos in English. Not because I sound really sometimes good when I speak. Yeah, you listen to me, but your pronunciation, I don't know if it's correct that word, your pronunciation is very good. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes because my ear is very good. I listen very good. I'm very good listening. I'm a musician, you know. But what is the bigger problem with my English? The vocabulary, man. The verbal forms and the vocabulary. My vocabulary is a shit. I really know well a few words. So you can't make videos using I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. That's my problem. And if you see my videos, I'm always put in them a lot of info about politics, economy, fucking Trump, fucking Republican. But I'm too insert or making. Oh, you see, my vocabulary is a shit. I like doing jokes inside my videos because I'm a comedian. Many people say, hey, but you look, I'm so funny. Many people say, no, okay, I understand. But my only really job in this life is a comedian. I was a comedian. Was comedian in Cuba by 10 years, like comedian actor. So my specialty was a musician, humor, parody, musical parody. But I'm an actor too. I'm a writer. I working by 10 years like a comedian actor in Cuba. Then here my first job was a comedian writer by 10 years. So in Hialeah. First, it's so difficult for me making jokes in English. It's very difficult. Speak in English, excuse me, is difficult. Well, imagine doing jokes. It's very, very difficult. So basically, my first job here was 10 years a comedian writer in the Channel 41, Canal 41. It's in Hialeah Gardens. Hialeah Gardens is like a Hialeah, but with makeup. The same shit. But you don't need to speak English in the Spanish broadcasting channel, like a Channel 41, Canal 41. You speak English inside the Canal 41, everybody's, well. Because almost everybody's Cuban, Argentina, Venezuela, and Colombia. So you don't need it. No, really need it. I live by almost all the time in this state in Hialeah Gardens. Hialeah Gardens is basically Cuba. The same. It's Cuba like with asteroid. It's the same. You don't need to speak English in Hialeah. That's why by 10 years I never need it, never use it, so never learn. But then 10 years after the first owner of the Canal 41 lost the business, and the new owners give me layoff. I go home, and start to doing Uber. In Uber, you don't need it. Uber in Miami? No, you don't need it. English either. No. Every time, over Spanish or nothing. What happened? And then, I'm start to learn curiosity. Curiosity, ya dije una mierda. I'm start learn English in Uber. Why? Well, Uber is a boring job. Jobs. Fuck. It's boring, really boring, because every time, drive, people came in, people go out, the same station, the same songs. It's really boring. But sometimes some guy or some girl came to the car. Most of the time they only say, hey, good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for picking me up. That's it. Pick me up. That's it. But sometimes some guy and some girl came to the car and say, hey, how was your day? Whoa, it's a talker. It's a talker. Talker. I don't know what to spell that words. I like to talk. You see my videos? I'm talk fast. I like to talk. I'm a comedian, man. Comedian actor, comedian musician. I'm a comedian writer. I love words. I love talk. And then most of the time, people only speak in English. So you need to start speak English. The first places to do in Uber in Miami are Brickell and Miami Beach. Most of the time, people only speak English in that places. So it's very good for learn English. What is the best part? When you start a conversation in a car, most of the time the people go behind you. So you can't see the expression. Yeah, you can see the faces. So it's like by phone, you start to listen, to practice the listening. It's very, very good. That's why sometimes I'm speak like in this moment, and people say, "Wow, your English is very good." Yeah, it's very good because right now I'm using only the words that I need to explain to you my case about English in my videos. But when I need, imagine start a video about Trump, about politics, about, I don't know, Republicans, say that election, it's difficult, so difficult. The worst part is try to making jokes inside the videos, because jokes in English is really, really difficult. Words in any language, in your own language, is difficult. Thinking about other language. That's why I never like use English in videos. Maybe in the future I go to try. Maybe I make I don't know, buy a Rosetta Stone, start to practice. Maybe in 1-2 years, maybe. But now you see, my vocabulary is a cheat. But that's why. But I never speak English really good in this country because I never need it. That's why. Never need it. In Hialeah, in Miami, you don't need it. And my work, my jobs, that's a fuck. Qué dificultad con esa palabra. Mi trabajo. 10 years comedian writer. I'm gonna speak in Spanish maybe more in my first 10 years here than the rest of my life, 33 years in Cuba. Maybe a lot of Spanish every day. You know, it's making jokes, create a scene, create a comedian situation, you know. Need to talk every time in Spanish a lot. That's why I never nunca aprendí bien el inglés. Pero es eso, ¿vieron? Lo expliqué en inglés, pero vieron que tengo problemas. O sea, yo puedo hacer esto así, con videos explicativos como este, pero no puedo. Si de verdad quiero que me quede bien la cosa, no lo puedo hacer en inglés. Hay que respetar un poco al escuchante, ¿me entiendes? Al escuchante. A esa cosa, a los que están mirando el video, ¿verdad? Pero además, yo digo mucho hacer, y detrás de hacer tiene que venir. Hacer que volá, mira, oye, no puede venir. Hacer, you know, many times. No se ve bien. Detrás de hacer tiene que ir, oye, hacer, tron tu madre, por lo menos. Si no queda bien el video. Es por eso hacer. Dale, cuídese.